Hey guys, today we are going to talk about the V word. Haha, stay tuned right here on the Manlihood ManCast.
You can be a man of courage, of honor, of integrity. You can be the father, the husband, the leader that your family and your community needs. This is the Manlihood ManCast. Here's your host, Josh Hatcher.
Welcome back to the Manlihood ManCast. I'm your host, Josh Hatcher. Today's episode, we are going to talk about the V word. Actually, we've got several V words. Guys, I'm sorry if you were really hoping this was going to be salacious. No, but there's some really important V words that I want to talk to you about today. Guys, the first one is validation. And this is a V word that I know a lot of men really get hung up on. We want to be validated. We want our ideas, our opinions, our thoughts, our voice to be heard, recognized, lauded, acknowledged, all of those good things. We want that. We want to be validated. We want to know that we're a man. We want other people to know that we're men and to tell us that we're good men. Guys, that quest for validation, that quest for the attaboy, it can be crippling and it can take us down. Do not get distracted by a quest for validation. Give it to yourself. Learn how to self-validate. So what that means is look at yourself in the mirror and say, "You're a man!" Seriously. That might feel awkward. It might not feel comfortable, but you know what? It does not matter what anybody else thinks about you. It really doesn't. We get so hung up on what everybody else thinks about us that we really miss the important point. And because of that, we start to get almost a quest for seeking that validation, and it just drives us. And guys, it's never enough. Nobody can validate you enough to make it worthwhile. So why seek it? Why chase it? Don't. Validate yourself. Don't worry about what anybody else thinks. Validate yourself. Guys, the next V word is vigilance. And this is one that we desperately need, especially in our world today with everything that's going on. We need to know what's happening around us. Not only if you go to the store, let's say, you want to be able to know, okay, what's happening? Who's doing what? Who's coming into this store? Are we safe? Are my children safe? We do need to know those things, that physical vigilance, right? But also, how is my family doing? How are the people around me? How are they doing? How can I help them? Even vigilant about what you're putting into your life, what influences you are allowing to direct you and guide you and shape you. Be vigilant, be aware, be focused, okay, of how to make life better, how to improve. Be looking for those opportunities, but also be looking for the threats. Be on guard and be ready. Guys, the next V word is vengeance. Vengeance. And I'm going to tell you right now, justice is good. Justice is a good thing. We want justice. Vengeance is destructive. We do not want vengeance. Now, everything in us might cry out, saying, "Get your revenge. Don't let anybody get one over on you twice. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you." I get it. I get it. But holding a grudge or seeking revenge or any of that is only going to be destructive to you and your life and your journey as you try to be a better man. It's a distraction. It's a distraction. I'm not saying that you have to let everything just go. You just let it go and you let it play out and you just be a pansy and let everybody walk all over you. No. Like I said, justice is good. So when something wrong has happened, we need to try to restore it. We need to try to make it right. And if somebody steals something from you, you might need to pursue justice. You might need to pursue the courts. You might need to call the police. You might need to file a lawsuit. You might need to go over and let that person know no more. There's a degree to which justice is good. Justice is important. But when it crosses over into vengeance, all right, we have to be on guard against that. Do not seek vengeance. because it is hollow, it is empty, and it is never satisfied. Guys, our next V word is victimhood. Our culture is a wreck right now. It is a wreck. It is vile. It is disgusting what is going on in our culture. And this breaks my heart because I think that our culture could be good. I don't believe that culture in and of itself is evil, but our culture has made victimhood a virtue. It has made victimhood a saintly thing that we pursue because it makes us special. And we, parade around with posters of people who are victims that we worship, and we celebrate our status as a victim as though that somehow in and of itself is a reward. No. Victimhood is not good. It is not good to be a victim. Now, I'm not saying that if you're a victim, you're bad, because there are times when you are a victim. Let's face it, if somebody busted into my living room with a gun and shot me in the head, I'm a victim. Right? I mean, I had no control over that. Maybe I should have locked my door. I don't know, but, the honest truth is sometimes people are victims. Sometimes bad people do things to people, and the person that received the bad things is a victim. But to embrace that status, to wallow in that victimhood, will never allow you to rise up. It will never allow you to succeed. And we need to stop glorifying victims. Now, I am not saying that we have to have no compassion. We should have compassion when someone has been raped or murdered or mistreated or has been treated with racism or sexism. We should have compassion, and we should act to make sure that those things don't happen again, right? I would think we would all agree on that. We should do what we can to protect victims from bad things happening again. We should seek justice to protect them, to make things right. Yes, but the reason that we do that is not because the victimhood itself is this saintly quality. No, it's a horrible thing. And if we allow someone, including ourselves, because we can't do this for other people, so for ourselves, if we allow ourselves to be thought of and treated as a victim, if we all treat ourselves as a victim, then everybody else is better than us. And then we become a martyr in our own minds. And we can't succeed. It will hold you back. Everyone will owe you. Everyone will be expected to give you what you want. That's not personal responsibility, guys. And that's not how we overcome. And I'm going to tell you right now, when you look at the news right now, when you see what's happening and you see people protesting, rioting, and listen, this is America, we have a right to protest, okay? There's a right to peacefully protest and assemble and make your voice heard. Even if you don't agree with what they're saying, there's a right to do that. We have this tendency to point those fingers and say, look at them and their victim mentality. Stop. That's not what I'm talking about today. I am not talking about you pointing a finger at somebody else and pointing out how they need to stop being a victim. What I'm saying is I need to stop being a victim. Get what I'm saying here? We need to each say that. We have to overcome victim mentality and victimhood in our own mindsets. And we have to teach our family not to become a victim. All right? You cannot force someone else to think like this. It won't work. You can't. They're not going to change their mind just because you said it. In fact, it really just makes you, it just kind of almost reinforces what they're already believing because they're already in it. So, and in fact, here's the other thing. Sometimes we get to the place where we're like, oh, I can't believe all these victims. They're taking from me. And then we literally do the same thing that we're condemning. All right, come on. What am I talking about here? I'm talking about our mindsets. My mindset, Josh's mindset, and you're talking about your mindset. Don't be a victim. All right, guys, another V word for you. This one we're all going to love. Guys, the next V word is victory. All right, victory is something we all want. We all want to win. We all want to succeed. right? We can strive for it. We can work for it. And when we get it, we can celebrate it. It is good to celebrate victory. It's okay to celebrate the victories. It's okay to strive for victory. It's okay to want to win. It doesn't mean that we can do it without ethics, without morals. We have to do that. We have to win the right way, but it's good. It is good to win. Let's embrace that, right? Let's embrace victory. Which honestly, again, takes us to that last V word, guys, which is virtue. I mentioned that we don't want to celebrate victory that was ill-gotten, right? We want to have our victory knowing that we've won it the right way. Guys, to be virtuous, it's to have a good moral compass and a moral center that guides us, that tells us the right thing to do. Virtue. Now, we may hear about virtue signaling, which is where you try to act like you're better than everybody else and tell everybody how good you are. And I'm not talking about that. I'm going to tell you right now, I am not as virtuous as I should be. I think things I shouldn't. I do things I shouldn't. I say things I shouldn't. I am not a perfect example. And if anybody ever claims to be a perfect example, they're a jack. Okay? They're an idiot. They're a liar. Okay? But I will tell you that we need to strive to be more virtuous. I want you to be the best man that you can be. I want you to be the best human being that you can be. I want you to succeed, and I want you to do well, and I want you to do it in a way that you know that you have not strayed from the straight and narrow, that you know that you have done the right thing and made the right decisions. And when you screw up, like I do, and like we all do, that you made it right. That's virtue. Doesn't mean you're perfect. It means you do the right thing, and when you screw up, you make it right. Anyway, guys, that is our V words for today. I know you were hoping we would talk about vaginas or something, but not today. Not today. Maybe one of these days we'll talk about those. But I will say, guys, that I am excited that you guys are listening, watching the podcast. If you liked it, please share the video on Facebook. Share the episode with somebody. Tell them about it. Leave a comment. Go to iTunes and leave us a review there where you can tell people, hey, this podcast is great. And that really does help us get the word out to more people. I love you guys. I care about you. If you want to succeed, if you want to embrace some of these V words, guys, please, I want you to go to manlihood.com/reignite, because it's an opportunity for you to light your fire, for you to get your fire back. And I've got a book there. There's actually 2 books that you'll get for the price of one if you go to that page and sign up there. It's not super pricey, but it's something that I have done. I've put a lot of thoughts together, and I share them with you because I care, because I want to help you succeed. So please, go check it out, manlihood.com/reignite. I'll see you guys next week.
Hey, man. I see you. I see your fire going out. I see your marriage barely holding on. I know you're broke, wore out, and at the end of your rope. I've been there. It sucks. It sucks the spark right out of you, till all you have is a pile of wet wood. It feels like it's never gonna burn. I can't fix your problems. I can't make her love you again. I can't lose 50 pounds for you or fill your bank account. But I can remind you of who you are. I can share some of my fire. I can help you make a plan to get your life back on track. So let's go. Let's do this. Let's reignite our lives. There's a lot at stake. No one wants their marriage to end in divorce. No one wants to wallow in despair or to the dark places that follow. So let's do it. Let's reignite our lives. Let's reignite our passion, our marriage, our health, our career, our dreams, our mindsets. Get reignite today.
If you want to be a better man, check out our website, manlihood.com, for blogs, videos, and more from our Manlihood team. And you can also join our private Facebook group, Manlihood ManCave, where you can meet up with a band of brothers who will challenge you and help you on your journey of manhood. This episode is produced by Hatcher Media for manlihood.com. Be sure to subscribe and leave us a review on iTunes, YouTube, or wherever you're listening to the show. Tune in again for more of the Manlihood ManCast.